So the players going through their final warm-ups here before tonight's game. We couldn't have asked for a better one, really. These are two exciting teams to watch in this competition this season. Promitheas Patras looking to get a big road win. Also in Group D, Petro Olympia taking on Midi Bayreuth today. Then tomorrow, Segafredo Virtus Bologna against Sieg Strasbourg, and Ostend taking on Besiktas Sompo Japan. It's a Besiktas team that is completely out of sorts, accustomed to flying high during the regular season, and they have effectively been grounded, but still plenty of time to turn things around in this Basketball Champions League, just a couple of games out of first place. Well, Neptunas are 3-2, occupying fourth place, and Promitheas Patras are right above them at 4-1, not over the Sieg Strasbourg, who, remember, Promitheas Patras lost at Sieg Strasbourg last week, a really close one, and there up at the top is Segafredo Virtus Bologna. See here in Lithuania already, the winter coats are out. People have come in from out of the cold into the cauldron. We expect this to be a hot affair between a couple teams that like to get up and down the court. Alexander Lipovy, the Ukraine international, Nikolaos Gikas, Mikhail Tyrelis, Petros Yeromahailos, all important players in this team, but keep an eye on number 25, Rion Brown, without question, one of the real high flyers, explosive players in this Promitheas team, and he has already been lighting it up in this competition this season. Rion Brown averaging 16.4 points, 4.4 rebounds. He's hit 50% of his threes, 13 of 28, so that's a pretty good player. Now, I've had the luxury of doing a lot of Neptunas games already. Lorenzo Williams, Lymanus Kisielius, Dylan Akaitis, the veteran, number 9, Ola Savicius, number 13, Seamus Galdicus, Arunas Mikalauskas. The man who really needs to get the credit there, Jure Grant. I mean, he has been utterly sensational. I would have him probably among my top 10 players in the Basketball Champions League this season. He's been that good, and possibly maybe top 7, top 8 players. He has been a real beast for Neptunas, and he's a big reason why this team is right in the hunt for a spot in the playoffs. So, without further ado, we're going to see some of the players coming out to be introduced here to the crowd tonight. There's Lipovy, who I think saw his prestige factor go up a notch when he played for Mike Fratello when he was the coach of Ukraine. Did so well at Eurobasket 2013, and here he is several years later playing for a very good Greek team, Promitheas Patras, that just seems to be moving from strength to strength. There's Rion Brown, possibly would get MVP votes if that was being held today. Who would be the MVP if the Basketball Champions League ended right now? Of course, we've got a long way to go, but several games into the season, Rion Brown has been something else. He has been worth the price of admission. But this Neptunas team, how are they going to start tonight? They're going to be here at home. We know that they seem to just have that little extra oomph factor when they play in front of their home crowds. When you look back at their results, they played so well in their opener at Segafredo Virtus Bologna, but they lost that fourth quarter. They went into the fourth quarter winning, and they ended up losing that one by just 5 points. But then against Besiktas, they really turned it on here in Klaipeda, won 78-63. There's Lorenzo Williams. They suffered a 91-89 defeat at Filu Ostend, but since that point, they've won against here in Klaipeda against Sieg Strasbourg, 92-83, and then of course last week they were in Slovenia and they won 97-88 over Petro Olympia. So this is a Neptunas Klaipeda team that I don't think anybody wants to sleep on them. If they can keep this roster together for the whole season, and the reason why I say that is we all know what's happened with Neptunas. They've had to part with some of their leading players. In fact, their leading players in each of the last 2 seasons, right when they're in the hunt for the postseason appearance in the Basketball Champions League, and it kind of obviously threw them out of whack. But maybe if this team stays together, who knows? Maybe they'll be in the reckoning. It's Kyle Weaver, who has been weaving his way all around the court and showing everybody why he played in the league, in the NBA. He is a great talent. He's still got it. And we've also got Dombrauskas, who's suiting up tonight, and he just came out in front of you. So it's a very strong, athletic, physical Promitheas team from Greece is coming out to make a statement tonight on the road. They didn't get the job done last week at Strasbourg. They do not want to drop 2 in a row, but they are going to have to dig in to come out and beat Kazis Maksvidas' team here in Klaipeda. This is, again, a Neptunas Klaipeda team that really does thrive with the home backing, and the fact that they beat Strasbourg by 9 points and also Besiktas by 15 just tells you how formidable they are at home. So there's Maksvidas, and here are the teams again just going to have one last layup drill before they get out and get after each other. Referees for tonight, well, there's one of my favorites right in the middle, Manuel Mazzoni, one of the best in the business. Radomir Vojinovic as well from Montenegro, and Beniamo Manuel Attard from Italy. So we'll get a look at the starting fives. And for Promitheas, Tyrelis, Salustrus, Dimitris Katsivelis, Tony Meyer, and Rion Brown will be in that starting five. There's a coach that looks like he's ready to go. Coach Makas Yatris. There also is Maksvidas. He's always ready to go. Both of these guys. You practice, and you want to play the games. So it'll be Williams, Kisielis, Gitas Masulis, Weaver, and Jure Grant in that starting five. Maksvidas again coached this team last season, and I think he's very capable, no doubt about it. This is a basketball country first and foremost, Lithuania. He's lived and breathed it for his entire life, as have all of these fans. I mean, this is a good core group of fans at Neptunas, and they will be rowdy tonight. They'll be having a good time.
Play one-on-one with the post, try to put pressure on the ball so they cannot be creative. First offer to Anol. Watch out, Eric. 1, 2, 3.
So as we look at the faces of the players and the coaches before the games, just as a reminder, Promitheas started impressively winning at Ostend 93-84. They edged Petro Olympia by 2 points, 79-77. They hit the road again and won at Medi Bayreuth in Germany, 75-70. And then they went home and won 80-72 over Besiktas. Now they fell last week at SIG Strasbourg. And you just have to wonder Well, have they played the best teams? The standings would suggest no, they have not. So they've lost their one game to a top 4 team, SIG Strasbourg, and they have got a, shall we say, a killer 3 games in a row going up against Strasbourg, playing at Neptunas Klaipeda tonight, and of course then they'll be at home against Segafredo Virtus Bologna, who have let you. So this is kind of where are we in terms of how good are we? Are we as good as our record said we were 4 weeks into the season? Or perhaps have we not faced the toughest competition? Well, last week they were not, and now they're going up against Neptunas. Well, hello everybody, good evening, and welcome to Klaipeda, Lithuania. This is the Basketball Champions League, and it's Neptunas winning that opening tip. And Lorenzo Williams is going to launch the first shot, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, I believe, off Promitheas. Kisielis keeping it alive over there. Goes off of Rion Brown. 13 of 26 from three-point range. Rion Brown. They better get a hand in the face when he's got the rock. Sulis chases it down. Rims gets it inside to Jure Grant. And Jure Grant goes right to work. Banks it up and in. Took the contact. I like it when a player takes the contact, doesn't even look at the referee, just gets on with it. That's Jure Grant right there. And then blocked from behind, Salostros. So Salostros has his shot blocked, and then coming out, another long-range bomb attempt. This one stays out. Sulis inside. Great talent. Jure Grant goes up for the board. And Tyrelis got that rebound. Hands it off to Brown. Now Tyrelis, and then snatching the ball out of the air and putting it up and in was Salustros. Inside, oh, that time Jure Grant, very close, missed an easy one. And quickly to the other end as Rion Brown puts it in. And it goes, and Grant just comes right back at you. That's the way he is, folks. I mean, he just is relentless. Comes from good basketball stock. Horace Grant, his uncle, NBA title-winning big, obviously, with the Bulls, and his dad, Harvey Grant. Played in the NBA as well for a long time. And his brothers play in the NBA. Now quickly the other way. Williams, quick pass inside, and Gitas Masulis misses, gets it back, puts it up. Oh, he still misses. And then the ball stolen away from Jure Grant. And quickly to the other end, Promitheas, and then they come up short. That was racing down was Tony Mayer, and now Masulis. No, that was Salustros, excuse me, who missed that shot on the break. Here's Masulis, ball knocked out of his hands. So he was fouled in the act, and he goes to the line. So Gytis Masiulis, star for Lithuania's national teams at youth level. Now getting a chance to play a lot of minutes here for Neptunas Klaipeda, and misses with his first attempt. Second one is good. Brown. Hands it off to Tyrelis. Goes to work on Grant. Passes it outside. Katsivelis. And then back inside to Tyrelis. See, Maksvitas not impressed by the defense of his players on that last possession. Weaver yet to get it going. Williams inside to Grant. Little jump. Oh, he's got such a soft release, folks. I'm telling you what, this guy just doesn't know the word fail. He just keeps going at you. He just works hard. Promitheas. Promising start for them on the road as well tonight. Here's Rion Brown. Behind the back pass. And chasing it down, Tony Mayer. Couldn't quite get it. Kasielis, his pass to Kyle Weaver at his feet. No way he was going to pick that up. Right idea. I think that was perhaps a little too difficult to pick up. Seamus Galdikas comes into the game. Now he's a foul magnet. You got to watch him. So giving Grant a little bit of time, and comes right out, almost gets the steal. Instead, Tony Mayer gets it back to Rion Brown, who was on line but well short. I think it's fair to say Galdikas is, you could put the word beloved in front of his name here in Klaipeda. Oh, nice drive from Lorenzo Williams. Mayer setting the pick up high, and he's fouled by Gytis Masiulis. So Ola Savage is now going to check into the game, and Masiulis takes a seat. You know, he's young, Gytis Masiulis, and there's no doubt about his potential, but it doesn't happen immediately. Oh, beautiful pass inside, and nice job by Galdikas knocking it off the rim. Galdikas coming out and making the plays tonight. Salustros over to Mayer. And Weaver quickly up to Olasavicius, who pulls it down. Now Weaver goes behind his back. Are you kidding me? Oh, he missed the shot. It was going down, and then it came out. Now Rion Brown goes in and scores with Weaver flying in to try to block the shot. Where Weaver was getting ready to go on the highlight reel with that last trip down the floor, but then he missed the shot. $1 million move, 5-cent finish, as they say. And the pass this time leads Galdikas a little too much. Right idea. Now Thomas Delinikaitis, the veteran Delinikaitis, comes in for Weaver. That time Katsivelis' pass led his teammate too much. Tyrelis. Well, you might. Here it is inside. Now Delinikaitis wide open. You can't do that. Oh, they lived to tell the tale. Delinikaitis too good of a shooter to leave open out there. Salustros passes it outside to Tyrelis. Back to Salustros, and his shot off to the right. And the offensive rebound and the foul on Lorenzo Williams. No, Olasavich just picks it up. So Dombrowskis checks into the game. And Christos Salustros goes to the line. 9 apiece. And Promitheas unsuccessful on the second attempt. Now a little bit of full court pressure. Olasavich, they read it well. Neptunas. Castella's hands it off to Gaudikas. Couldn't quite get hold of the ball. Now he has it. He says, you're not going to stop this, but they do stop it. But a foul called on Mayer. He thought he had all ball. First one is good from Gaudikas. All of these free throws, they all add up by the end of the year, don't they? By the end of the night, rather. You don't want to lose by 1 point and having missed about 8 free throws. So the second one's good. Now Neptunas give Promitheas a little bit of their own medicine. Pick them up full court. Slavinskas checks into the game for Kisielis. Now Brown catches it. Now Mayer gets his pass cross court over to Salustros. And Promitheas set things up. And a three-pointer. Tony Mayer showing his range here in the first quarter. Delinikaitis tries to get it back. So Delinikaitis starts cold. And now leading with the left forearm there was Katsivelis. And good job by Dombrowskis taking the charge. So Katsivelis takes a seat. Now the chance of Lietuva here in Lithuania, and the ball gets away from Dombrowskis. Gaudikas picks up the personal. That's his biggest demon. He's a foul magnet. He gets into foul trouble a lot. Promitheas over to Brown. Brown gets in the paint, puts it up. Gaudikas taps it over to Olasavicius. Delinikaitis open. This time he hits it. He's not going to miss too many of those. On the drive, the bump. Good hands from Delinikaitis. And the drive, the follow by Tony Mayer. Knocked down over to Olasavicius. He gets bumped. And excuse me, that was Salustros who was knocked down at the other end, and the basket scored by Slavinskas, Džiugas Slavinskas. And now it's a 4-point lead. So Salustros who went down looking for the foul for Promitheas. And this allows Lipovy to come back into the game, the Ukrainian for Promitheas. And Rion Brown takes a seat. Lipovy crosses midcourt in the final minute of the first quarter. Mayer for three. Well, that was an off-the-ball foul. Had that gone, would have been points and possession, I think. Well, the Savages comes out after some good minutes. Lipovy inside. Now the ball stolen by Delinikaitis. Slavinskas almost telegraphed that pass as well. Back to Delinikaitis. Dombrowskis. Delinikaitis. Over to Galdikas. Slavinskas. Galdikas gets after it. It's not always pretty, but it's effective. But he's not able to save it to his teammate. Gikas dribbles behind his back. Now the pass to Tyrelis over to Mayer. Salustros, excuse me, and Salustros with the long jumper right at the end of the quarter. So 16-14, Neptunas Klaipeda on top of Promitheas Patras after one. Those are the numbers, folks. Not good three-point shooting. 5 makes inside for each team.
Let's go to our defense, red.
Well, the good thing for Neptunas is they've had Grant on the bench, letting him get some minutes. He'll be fresher probably by the end of the game. He's played a lot of minutes this season. And coming into the game, averaging 27.7 minutes. Actually, Kyle Weaver has averaged the most minutes at 29.1. So they want to make sure they get Grant some time out of the game. But make no mistake, when the game is on the line, he will be in there. That was Mayer showing his range. So here we are at the end of one, and getting ready to start things off here in the second quarter. 6 points for Jure Grant. He's played 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Now he's back in the game. Salustros has 5 points to lead Promitheas. Here's Gikas. Ball bounces over the hands of Slavinskas, and Tony Mayer misses from deep. Grant with the rebound. Edis Masulis hands it off to Dombrowskis. Gets in the lane, puts it up. Oh, beautiful drive from Dombrowskis. Oh, nice bounce pass. Coming into the game now is Terrell Allen Parks. Nikaitis misses from the left that time. Mayer from the left corner, good. Promitheas back in front. He's a shooter, isn't he? And good pressure, almost forcing the turnover. Dombrowskis over to Masulis. Ball goes down, stays out. And again, Grant, it's the little things like that where he keeps it alive. Neptunas ball. Renzo Williams comes back in. And inside, and Masulis, the contact, sends him to the line. Lucas, I think, has picked up the personal. Mikalauskas checks in, number 20 for Neptunas. Arūnas Mikalauskas. And Masulis, 2 of 3 at the line now. Remember, he went 1 of 1 the first time. His father was a big player, Tomas Masulis. Played for Lithuania's national team. Lipovi. Over to Mayer. Here's Mayer wide open up top. And offensive foul called on Promitheas. Yep, called on Parks. Mikalauskas gets it to Masulis. Mikalauskas drives in. Kasilakis with the rebound. Now Gikas. Behind the back, hands it off. Parks goes in. Promitheas. Very patient. Well, somebody faces a double team or gets the pick, you got to roll to the basket. Now Jere Grant hands it off. Excuse me, Jere Grant catches it from Weaver. Good play by Weaver. Bounce pass, look at him, the interplay, and Parks finishes. I tell you what, they really do have their passing game down, don't they? Down to a T. Already 7 assists for this Promitheas team. Of course, Neptunas have 8. Into the corner. Weaver, three-pointer. Beautiful pass, oh, and Weaver gets the block on Mayer. Oh, and the drive, and it's the dunk by Masulis. And And the foul has been called on Weaver. Well, Weaver, once he gets going, he's exciting. And Lipovic takes his time and makes the first. Second one is good as well. Back to a one-point game. Williams up to Weaver. Promitheas haven't blown anybody out, and of course also in their defeat rather at Strasbourg, it was a narrow defeat. So they play a lot of close games. Kasilakis. Mayer, another one. That time Jure Grant knocks it out of bounds. Coming into the game, Salustros replaces Mayer. So I suppose one of their main perimeter threats goes to the bench. Kikas. Kasilakis puts it up. Tough shot. Nikolauskas with the rebound. Williams. Oh, looked like a little stutter step and put it up and in with his left hand. Ball goes back, pump fake. Inside it goes to Parks. And Salustros, wow. Got the rebound score with a putback. Masulis looks off the pass, takes it all the way. Parks travels. Looked like he was in two minds of what to do. He was going to go to the basket, but it was good position by the defense. Ellis comes back into the game. I'll tell you, with Promitheas, it's really interesting. Okay, so they won their first game by 9. Here's Weaver inbounding it. Oh, and now Kisielis hands it right off, and then Lipovic can't hold on to it. It leads to a break for Neptunas, but the finish wasn't there for Weaver, yet Jure Grant was there for the rebound, and boy, both teams struggling a little bit here. Weaver goes in, gets the contact. He's going to look at the ref and appeal for a foul. No, he doesn't. He's just going to run back and play D. Interesting sequence. Oh, the alley-oop pass. And Parks takes care of business. Kasilakis with the feed. So timeout on the floor. And Promitheas get it back to just a 1-point deficit. See the 2-point shooting, the 3-point shooting for both teams. Neither team has warmed up yet really from deep. Promitheas with those 17 second chance points to 10 for Neptunas. So Olasavicius in the game, going to inbound it, or try to anyway. And Beliauskis comes into the game, hands it off to Kisielis. Gets it to Grant, and Grant now called for the travel. Good defense on that interior by Promitheas. Weaver going for the steal. Promitheas can move back in front here with the basket. Kaselakis drives in, stays out. Parks keeps it alive. Look at him scrap for the ball. And Katsivelis comes down with it, but I think the possession error will go to Neptunas. Olasavicius bounce pass again. Kisielis puts it up and in. Well, the best way to face pressure is to attack it, the saying goes, and that's what Neptunas did there. They've done it a couple of times. Katsivelis for three. We've got a tie game, folks. Third three for Promitheas. And now Dombrauskas fouled by Lipovi. Olasavicius, excuse me, was... No, it was Dombrauskas. Here's Olasavicius. Gets in the paint, puts it up, and another traveling called on Neptunas. Oh yeah, he shuffled his feet. Great spot by Mazzoni. Lipovi attacks, brings it back out. Entry pass to Parks. Out to Katsivelis. And driving in Salustros. Follows up his own miss, puts it up and in, and Promitheas in front by 2. Inside 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. A very patient, disciplined passing game does this Promitheas outfit. Dombrauskas takes the bump by Parks. It's number 4 on Promitheas in this quarter. Neptune is getting a good idea of why Promitheas have been one of the top teams in this competition so far this season. Oh, they let him go, and Grant gets in, or Weaver gets inside and puts it up and in. Look at this. Keep seeing the 5 here. 45 for Grant, 25 for Weaver. Their numbers on their jerseys. Dre Grant comes up high. Switches on to Lipovi. Yeah, that's perhaps a little bit too much one-on-one for Promitheas' liking. Now less than a minute to go in this first half. Kyle Weaver thinks over to Grant on the baseline. A little bit too long. Katsivelis again, second consecutive possession where perhaps that Promitheas passing hasn't come to the fore and they've come away with nothing. Weaver to Grant. Oh, beautiful pass to Olasavicius. Great team play there. Look at this. Weaver to then Grant. And timeout called by Promitheas.
Guys, we need to control our tempo, okay? One offense, head.
12 assists for Neptunas, now 8 for Promitheas.
No call. You don't have to call that, okay? Play head.
Hey, wait for the clock.
Well, the game's everything that we anticipated it would be. But very interesting in that one, in that huddle from Promitheas, as you see the fast break points. Not a lot of fast breaking, and that's because Promitheas do not like to get out and run. They want to control the tempo, and their tempo is much more deliberate pace. Want to make it the half-court game, classic Greek basketball. Whereas clearly Neptunas would like to get out and really push the tempo if they can. Full court pressure. I'm not sure that Promitheas were ready for this. Rion Brown has to get rid of it into the hands of Katsivelis. Or maybe they were ready, they just didn't anticipate it. Katsivelis, entry pass, and Lorenzo Williams with the foul. Had fouls to give. He's got a couple more if they want. So Lorenzo Williams picks up his first, so he's going to go out of the game. 6.4 seconds remaining. Slavinskis in. Gitas Mashulis in. Katsivelis. And he was bumped by Grant with about 2.7 seconds remaining. He took the pump fake. And I think if he'd shot the ball rather than pass it, he might have gotten shots there. As it is, another timeout with 2.7 seconds remaining. See what they're going to draw up.
Go there. Parks. No foul. No pick. Stay there. Back pick. Back door. Ryan, back door. Okay. Cassel. Κατευθείαν στο post. Cassel's gonna slip in the post. Let's go.
So don't be surprised if they get a backdoor cut here and a basket. Neptunas with those 11 points from the bench. Promitheas with 10. .7 seconds remaining. That was the back door. Here it is. And in the end, they settled for a long jump shot. So they had, I think it was Lipovi going back door. But nevertheless, Neptunas hold on, and they lead 36-34 over Promitheas at halftime. So you see the numbers. Low scoring game here. Promitheas out-rebounded by all of their opponents so far this season. So that's not a surprise that they're being out-rebounded. Neptunes do have those 10 turnovers. I'm sure Mazikas will not be happy with that stat. Grant 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for Neptunas. So again, rising to the occasion. And Salustros has those 3 steals for Promitheas, as well as 9 points. Parks has 8. He made quite a difference when he came into the game. Here's Grant again, going to work. And Promitheas patient as they come. Wonder how they would, if they just played straight up man, Neptunas, I wonder how they would fare against this Promitheas team, but because Promitheas are always looking for the double team. There's Breon Brown driving in. We expected big things from him tonight. He hasn't really gotten it going yet, so that could always happen in the second half as well. He's got 4 points. He's only attempted 4 shots. So as you look at the rest of these highlights, it's 36-34, Neptunas on top of Promitheas Patras at halftime. We'll be right back.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Aš manau, kad užteks jūs praktiškai kitame etape esate. Kažkaip aš pamačiau skaičius, nes 16, dabar yra kiek 30, kažkaip panašiai. 50, 40, jūs skaičiavote. 40. Jūs kol kas dar turite, aišku, šansų, ar ne? 6. Jūs pasiruošęs? Jums reikia daugiau nei 6 išmušti arba ne mažiau nei 40. 3. Aha. Išmušom. Ramus. Taigi, šešetukas nebuvo laimingas ir jums atitenka skėtis. Kadangi prastas oras. Bet, mylėjai, mums dabar reikės krepšinio kamuolio. Mūsų mažieji žaidėjai paskolinti man kamuolį. Prašom. Ateikite prie baudų metimo linijos. Na ir dabar mes jau kadangi išmušinėm, patikrinsime jūsų taiklumą. Iš jūsų kiekvienas turite po 5 baudų metimus. Kaip sakant, reikia stengtis įmesti kuo daugiau. Jūs kadangi buvote anksčiau mušinėjęs kamuolį, taigi 5 metimai nuo baudų linijos. Ir kuo daugiau pataikote, tuo didesnis šansas laimėti Baltikų veteraną 6 mėnesius nemokamai. Taigi iš vieno kol kas yra 0. Ačiū Jums už pagalbą. Iš 1 0. Iš 2 1. Trečiasis bandymas. Iš 3 2. Iš 4 3. Na ir bus iš 5 4. Penktasis paskutinis metimas. 3 pasakyti iš 5. Jums nėra toksai neįveikiamas rezultatas. Pirmasis metimas pro šalį, 1 0. 2 0. Man jums dabar reikia patalpinti bent jau visus 3, jeigu norite pratęsimo. Viskas, mes turime laimėtoją, plojimai mūsų dalyviams. Ir antroji vieta Danės odontologijos klinikos, kaip sakant, kvietimas jūs laikyti, atitenka jums. Na, o jums Baltikų veteranams 6 mėnesiams nemokamai. Sveikiname, spaudžiame ranką ir linkime sėkmės tiek žaidimuose, tiek stebėte būno varžybas. Na, o noriu priminti, kad žiūrovai, kad mūsų komanda žaidžia naujomis aprangomis ir tikimės, kad tai padės jiems išplėšti didelę pergalę čempionų lygoje.
Well, folks, we got a game on our hands tonight. No surprise there. Both of these teams, two of the more feisty, ultra-competitive teams in this Basketball Champions League. I mean, they come out and give it their all every week. And it's Neptunas Klaipeda going up, has a narrow lead over Promitheas Patras, just 36-34. And there's something about Promitheas that just doesn't allow an opponent to pull away. And on the other hand, though, we have, you wonder about Promitheas if they have that capacity themselves to step on the accelerator and pull away. Going back to my comments earlier in the game, they did win by 9 points on opening night at Philo Ostend. But since that point, they had a 2-point win over Petro Olympia at home. They had a 5-point win at Midi Bayreuth in Germany, and then an 8-point win over Besiktas before falling last week by 5. So all of those results in single digits. They, hang around. They play their game, their patient game. And the players themselves have to be patient. Rion Brown showing great patience tonight. Perhaps, the headline name coming into this game because of his some of his big performances this year. But he's only taken 4 shots. So, you have to wait your time. He had 30 points last week, did Rion Brown, against Strasbourg. He had 18 the week before that against Besiktas. He had 21 on opening night against Ostend. But then against Midi Bayreuth, he had just 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting from the floor. So let's listen to the coach.
Short throw. When is cut deepest guy for the shot. Second down. Let's go too flat. Go. 3. Jump. Corner. Fast. Should I throw the question fast to beat us?
Well, welcome back, folks. 36-34, Neptunas on top of Promitheas here at the start of the second half. 4-1 Promitheas trying to get a very important road win. And Parks there with the putback misses. Neptunas, of course, they want to protect that home court at all costs tonight. Kisielis from the left corner. And the long shot no good from Salustros. Grant with another rebound. Weaver. Gets in the lane, hands it off to Grant. And Grant missed a shot. Second effort there. Got the ball back for his team, and the ball goes out of bounds. Goes back over to Promitheas. Great call by the ref, in fact. Ball is out, I think, on Masulis. Promitheas coming off their first loss of the season. In fact, in their Basketball Champions League regular season history. Falling at SIG Strasbourg, looking to bounce back. Here's Rion Brown. Oh, and Rion Brown strikes from downtown. That's right. He came in shooting at a 13 of 16 clip from three-point range. Now Masulis. And Rebound for Promitheas. Katsivelis pulls up. And Parks with the rebound, puts it up and in. Masulis not able to grab the board. Promitheas, coach getting excited over there on the bench. He likes to start here in the second half. And now the anticipation, the steal, and the layup from Katsivelis. And just like that, Neptunas called timeout. A lazy pass from Lorenzo Williams, and Katsivelis just read it all the way.
Guys, one more time. It's very important. The two players go here, wait for the screen, set the screen, sprint, get the ball, be ready for defense, be ready ballback. Let's play our best.
With those 3 3-pointers, you could say the difference in the game at this point.
That's the 4 guys. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Go, guys, go.
So promising start to the second half here for Promitheas. Alarm bells ringing already here in Klaipeda, and the ball intercepted by Parks, who continues to play well from the bench. And good steal or sloppy pass, however you want to describe that one. There's an opportunity, goes by the wayside for Promitheas, who have their biggest lead of the game now, 5 points. Jere Grant is going to go to work on Parks. He's going to try to. Parks tries to go one-on-one. Oh, Grant, great move, just didn't have the finish. Good D from Parks. Now Brown has it knocked out of his hands by Kisielis. Olasavicius bounce pass. Grant. Oh, Grant misses another one, but Olasavicius was there. But I think Grant might have been fouled from behind. So Brown did indeed foul him from behind. So here's Jere Grant, comes to the line. A little bit of a shaky start here at the start of the second half. He had that great move down low, but didn't finish. Grant not one to force his game. He lets the game come to him. And he now has 9 points, 10 rebounds. He is just a statistical giant. His middle name is Double Double. And when that happens, it's double trouble for the opposition. And right now, it's Promitheas that lead at 41-38. Lipovi. Katsivelis. Over to Parks. Boy, they're patient, aren't they? And they're not patient to a fault. They are patient, working to get that good shot. And Grant that time left wanting a little bit defensively. Mikalauskis is checked into the game, number 20. And Katsivelis catches Delinakaitis. Katsivelis has to check out of the game. Kikas comes back in. Here's Neptunas from the right. Right on cue for the vet. She liked it. Four minutes into the second half here. Game still tight. Kikas. And fouled up high by Grant. So Jerry Grant getting in position there a little bit too slowly. Lipovic. Chased by Mikalauskis. Gets it to Parks. And boy, Parks is just proving to be a destroyer in there. Now Grant has it, gets it back to Neptunas, the quick hands and the turnover. And now the quick pass is going to be Parks. And he goes up for the two-handed flush. So 6 points to lead now, the biggest of the game for this Promitheas team. And now Max Vitas has been hit with a technical foul for complaining. So Mayer's going to go to the line. And the problems, well, they don't get worse. They could have. And that's when you know, as the coach of the Greek team, that your guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. When you start getting those niggly situations where the other coach loses it a little bit and gets the technical, and also the players. Here's Mikalauskis. Neptunas, another one! The technical might have actually helped this Neptunas team. Fired them up a little bit, gets them back to within 3. Parks into the corner to Mayer. Now the pass. Parks is fouled again. Well, I said Grant usually doesn't complain, but he's complaining there. Beautiful pass by Mayer. And you can see why perhaps he's a little bit frustrated, because he was standing there. He didn't really aggressively go for a block or seemed like he was in decent position. But, you know, it's perhaps a case where the player is rewarded for attacking the basket. Parks will go to the line. Parks has been a real problem tonight for this Neptunas team. Gaudikas comes in for Grant. And Parks makes the first one. Grant is on the bench now with 3 fouls. Second one is good as well. Well, Parks came into this game tonight in the Basketball Champions League. He'd only played in 2 of the games, averaging almost 9 points and 3 rebounds per game. $18 minutes as well. But he's been a star tonight. I mean, he's been the man who's keeps getting the ball on that pass. Here's Olasavicius. And Lipovic called for the foul. Parks right now with 18 points and 5 rebounds. So his third game proving by far to be his best of the season. Entry pass, and the basket is good by Olasavicius. An offensive foul called on Promitheas. So you saw the push by Mayer. And that fan gave his approval. Weaver into Olasavicius, spins, gets in, gets it the fall. Ah, but they called traveling. So the fans thinking there was a foul, just like me, and in fact there was a travel, so Promitheas again with the ball. Gikas into the corner. Shot is good. Oh, what a huge basket that time by Kasilakis. Leonidas Kasilakis. Lead goes back to 6. Olasavicius puts his head down and gets into the lane. This Promitheas team, not a team that teams will want to face in the postseason. I'll tell you that right now. And I think they're going to make it. They look tough. Braskus picks up the foul. Only the third here in the third quarter. Good job by Galdigas, denying the ball, denying the inbound. Gikas for 3 is good, and they're going to keep possession as well. Or no, they're going to say the foul. Well, if it was a trip, they're saying the foul was before the shot. So the foul on Galdikas. He fouled Parks, and it was before the shot. So I think perhaps Neptunas Klaipeda escaping there a little bit. A little bit of luck. Could have been a potential 4 or 5 point play. Or a 5-point trip down the floor. Could have even been a 6-point trip down the floor if they'd counted that 3. As it is, they just keep possession. And Katsilakis a little hard. Masoulis flies in. And then he is fouled as he tries to get the outlet. And it looks like it's on Lipovic. So 3 fouls now on the Ukraine international. Rion Brown comes back in, trying to find his way into the game. The way Promitheas have been playing, it feels like they should be up by about 6 or 7 points. But right now it's just a 3-point game. He's going to take it in from the sidelines. And Masoulis again makes just 1 of 2 at the free throw line. It's the area of his game he needs to work on a little bit. He's 4 of 6 on the night. 3-point lead for the visitors from Greece. Promitheas get it to Mayer. Yeah, Mayer! Every time Neptunas get a little closer, Promitheas seem to go down, spot up, and drill a 3. And now an offensive foul called on Neptunas. Oh no, it's going to be on Gikas. No, it was on Neptunas. Excuse me. On Galdikas for the moving screen. 12 minutes remaining. Promitheas. Kasilakis. Leonidas Kasilakis gets in the lane, little jump hook. Olasavicius and Dombrowskis gets stuck in there, but Kasilakis comes up with the ball. And it's going to be possession arrow in favor of Neptunas. Weaver's relatively quiet tonight. Here's Delinikaitis, and Delinikaitis, his three-point shooting has been absolutely huge for Neptunas tonight. No surprise there. So that's his third three-pointer. Fourth three-pointer, 4 of 7. Rion Brown gets denied by Galdikas, follows, and the foul called on the second attempt. They're saying he slid into him. Great call by the ref again. He was late. Not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. Now Rion Brown. If he could just see the ball go through the basket, maybe that'll ignite him. Five points. The advantage again after Rion Brown sinks 2. Dombrowskis gets it over to Delinikaitis. So it's Kasilakis, Parks, Mayer, Gikas, and Brown in the game right now for Promitheas. Delinikaitis for 3, and Kasilakis with the rebound. Well, Promitheas doing a decent job on the boards tonight. Willie Grant back in, guarding the ball. Gikas puts it up. And that time, Masulis fortunate that Parks didn't score with a putback. Grant. Kasilakis guards Grant. Held his ground. Grant gets it back, puts it up and in. Well, it turned out to be a blessing. We've seen a few times tonight where Grant just hasn't put quite enough on it. He's been short. That time he got it back and he went up and in. Kasilakis doing a good job defensively there. Well, certainly a solid effort from that man tonight. He's got 12 points. Both he and Grant are leading the way with 12 points. Grant, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Make it 13 points. 11 rebounds. And Grant's now going to sit down for the rest of the quarter. So Promitheas will be looking to have the last shot here of the quarter. And Weaver goes down like he's been hit. And now the ball batted out. And Masulis goes up and gets the miss. Well, Weaver, he flopped over quite clearly. Not in the sense that he flopped, but he definitely went down. And Max Vidas wants to get some instructions. Here we go again. Well, I wasn't entirely sure that oh, yeah, he did get him on that angle. He got him with his elbow. I didn't think that he had got him, but he definitely connected. But I guess the referee either didn't see it or felt like it was unintentional, inadvertent. So 2-point lead for Promitheas, who have to be thinking they should be up by more. They're only up by 2 points. So leading the way here for the visiting Promitheas, 18 points for Terrell Parks in his third Basketball Champions League game with 7 rebounds. Mayer and Breon Brown each with 9 points. But it's interesting, this style of play that this Promitheas team has. I mean, they are under control. It's all about rhythm for them, isn't it? It's not about taking bad shots. It's about making sure you get that good position defensively. You're helping out. You're forcing the ball out of the hands of the players that this Neptunas team wants, unless, of course, Neptunas has it from behind the arc. Then it's a little bit of a different story. So Lustros just trying to get in his way. But the three-point shot has been huge tonight. 6 of 16 for Promitheas, 4 of 14 for Neptunas, and the only person to make it for Neptunas has been Neptunas. Tony Mayer is 3 of 7 for Promitheas, and then Kasilakis and Brown each 1 of 2, and Katsevelis 1 of 3. So fourth quarter action underway here. Kasilakis passes out to a wide open Brown. And Parks had great position there, gets it back, but not able to save it in bounds to his teammate. Neptunas can tie it or take the lead. Olasavicius. Now to Weaver. Puts it up, and Weaver hits it. Knots it at 57, folks. Geekus passes back to Brown. Brown looks at his teammate, says, I've got this, puts it up, mid-ranger, short. Armed Forces here tonight supporting Neptunas. Weaver again. Oh, beautiful. Oh, he just didn't finish. For the second time tonight. And great hustle there as Neptunas put the pressure on. And it looked like Weaver had a layup, but remember in the first half he went behind his back and then missed a shot, and that was a similar situation where he got to the rim and just missed the shot. Mayer stepped out of bounds. So that'll go back over to Neptunas. Mayer says, I didn't have the ball yet when I was out of bounds. Then he says he stepped back in. I don't know. Grant hands it off to Williams. Kisielis. Doesn't Limas Kisielis know there's only one Neptunas player that can drill the three, and it's Neptunas. Certainly tonight that's been the case. Tyrelis comes back in, number 9. Only played 10 minutes tonight, but that man there, Parks, has been a beast. 18 points, 8 rebounds now. Now Weaver, and it goes down. Referee tells him to get up. Now Mayer again, this time pulls up on the break. Just cold-blooded killer from three-point range, Mayer. Grant gets inside, passes it back out. Olasavicius. Grant again bumped this time by Tyrelis. He was pushed. Mayer's 4 of 8 from three-point range tonight. Kisielis comes out of the game. Now Delinikaitis, a man with a hot hand. Remember, he missed his first couple of three-pointers, did Delinikaitis. But since that point, he's been pretty tough. He's 4 of 8 from three-point range tonight. And now a little bit of miscommunication there. Williams throws it out of bounds. Seven and a half minutes remaining. Gikas brings it across midcourt. Now the pass whips it over to Salustros. Tyrelis now goes right at Grant. And that was not a pretty shot there from Tyrelis. It was taken almost as if he knew that Grant was going to be there to block the shot, so he had to get it up quick. Williams to Grant. Back over to Weaver for 3. Finally, somebody else picks up the slack from deep, and it's Weaver. And he's got a little cotton in his nostril there. Perhaps that helped him find his range. Remember, he looked like he caught an elbow from Rion Brown about 5 minutes ago. So that knocks it up, and Promitheas go back over to the bench. 35-31 in terms of the rebounding tonight in favor of Neptunas. And see the three-point shooting a little bit more even, certainly than it was, but also Neptunas with a couple more makes inside the arc. Katsilakis has it now. And it was Tony Mayer getting into it there. Excuse me, no, it wasn't. It was Salustros getting into it with Delinikaitis. And Salustros, I think Delinikaitis was taking exception. He felt like he was being held by Salustros. And Salustros felt like he didn't need to be thrown down. Here he is. Well, they kind of got locked up there. You could see. I know he didn't get thrown down. He was asking for the flop. And they called offsetting technicals, I think. Now, wait a minute. They called the foul. They did call a foul on Neptunas. Still waiting on the official. So Neptunas called for the foul. So there was no surprise there with Salustros, but it appears a technical foul as well has been called. And Neptunas goes to the line and makes the first one. I think it must have been called on the coach. And Neptunas makes another one. Boy, this is a huge sequence here for Neptunas. So 3 free throws have been made by Neptunas. So what they called was an unsportsmanlike on Tony Mayer after the foul on Neptunas. And and then a technical foul was called on the coach. So that's what it was. So I didn't see the unsportsmanlike. That was what the foul was on Mayer. And now Mayer has been called for another foul on Neptunas. A little bit of off-the-ball stuff. You can see it. A little bit of nastiness. So this is where Promitheas need to perhaps regroup a little bit mentally. Not let this thing get out of hand. They've been doing so well, but now they're trailing by 3. Weaver gets in, hands it off, and Grant with a two-handed jam. Takes a little bit of anger out on the rim. Look at that. 5-point lead for Neptunas. Their previous trip down the floor, Promitheas were looking to break a tie, and now they're down 5. How quickly things change. And a foul called on Williams. So Promitheas perhaps just need to keep their cool here. They dump it. They get it to Salustros. He gets rejected by Neptunas. And this time, Weaver snuck in from behind and committed the foul. And Salustros will go to the line. And good sportsmanship there by Parks. Boy, this is why you love the Basketball Champions League, games like this. There is an intensity out on the court right now emanating from the players, the coaches, the fans. This Promitheas team did not travel all the way to Lithuania to lose tonight. But right now they are losing by 5. And you go back to that other sequence where a foul was indeed called on Neptunas, but then an unsportsmanlike foul was called on Mayer. And the coach complained. He got a technical, so that was 3 free throws. And then they got the dunk from Grant. And that is the huge 5-point swing. In fact, it would have been a 7-point swing, but now a turnover gives it back to Promitheas. It would be a 7-point swing when you consider that Promitheas lost the ball and that they could have scored themselves. But here they are down by just 4 points. Three-point attempt by Salustros, and Katsivela, missing that one. Grant over to Neptunas. How can you leave him open? That is a sin. All he's been doing all night is hit 3-pointers, and now Neptunas have gone up by 7. But they answer with a 3. Promitheas strike right back with Gikas. The team's heating up from behind the arc. Less than 4:45 to go. Williams now for three. And a bump as the teams go for the board. And I think the foul's been called on Parks. No, it's called on Kasilakis. A little bit of a push there as both teams went after the rebound, and Rion Brown is checking back into the contest. Quiet night for Rion Brown. 9 points, 3 turnovers. And Delanakaitis bumped by Parks. Boy, the way Promitheas had control of this game for so long, they're controlling the rhythm of the game. You can't stress, no, excuse me, the fouls on Brown. Can't stress enough how important that was, but they have, you know, again, that sequence where they went from playing defense to scoring with 3 free throws and a Jure Grant dunk. Has changed the complexion of the game. Rion Brown called for the foul there, trying to get through the pick. Not sure how set Grant was there, to be honest. But if you, here it is again, watch. So Rion Brown on Delanakaitis, because we know how well Delanakaitis has been shooting the basketball, so you got to get a hand in his face. And Dre Grant, I mean, folks, if you're listening, and I'm not sure what they're reviewing here, but Dre Grant has just been doing this all season long. He's got 15 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, he is an absolute monster out there. And so I think Matt Sony, interesting to see what his call is going to be here. I don't know if he's looking for something unsportsmanlike, possibly, or all it does is heighten the drama. But this is the beauty of instant replay. Whatever he wants to find, he's got a good chance that he's going to see an angle that's going to help him make the best decision here. So, again, if he's looking at that foul, it could be he's looking for something else. No, he's just looking to see who the foul is on, I guess. So they're saying, I don't know why they didn't know that it was on Jure Grant. I thought that was pretty obvious, and Jure Grant misses the first one. Jure Grant makes 1 of 2 and goes to 16 points, 14 rebounds. Geekus with a little runner. Gets it back to a 3-point game. Williams into the lane. And Grant for the rebound. Back outside to Delanakaitis. And he is fouled shooting the three-pointer. And the foul has been called on Kasilakis. And that's what happens when a player gets hot from the arc. You're desperate to get that hand in the face. And it looked like he would have been okay, Kasilakis, but he had kind of a swipe at it after the ball had already been released. So I don't know what he was thinking about. Delinikaitis makes one, makes two. And makes three. And as good as Grant has been tonight, Delinikaitis has arguably been their best player, their most important player tonight because of his ability to put the ball in the basket. I mean, he has been phenomenal, whether it's been at the free throw line where he's 6 of 6. And now the interception, Olasavicius in the open court. He's going to take it all the way. He's going to miss it. Oh, and he had numbers and decided to take it himself. Salustros over to Gikas for three. Oh, that is a crucial sequence. Promitheas, terrific defense, and then they come down and strike with a three. Will that be the telling sequence of this game? Unbelievable. Into Weaver, he gets blocked. Rion Brown now on the break. Promitheas back to within 1 point. Well, that is just huge, folks. That is, I still can't believe what just happened. Unbelievable. Great break. Olasavicius goes down with his team leading 72-66, thinks he's going to make a layup. He misses. They come down and hit a three, and then they score on the break.
What they will do? They will run. So please, we are big or miss. Sprint back, please. No hands up, no sprint back. Three times in a row, we cannot play this side.
See the foul trouble for both teams. But you got to think after that sequence that Promitheas might go ahead and win this game. I mean, they were looking at a potential 8-point deficit. Olasavicius, though, misses the layup. Promitheas go down and hit the three-pointer. And then they get the fast break bucket. So instead of going down by 8, now they trail by just 1 point. What a game tonight, folks, here in Klaipeda, Lithuania. I can't remember who it was playing defense on Olasavicius on that 3-on-1 break. He had numbers. He could have passed it. He still got to the rim, but he just missed the shot. Here's Olasavicius. Hands it off to Weaver. Shot clock down to 7. Olasavicius has the ball batted away, but Williams has it. He gets it to Grant. And Parks reached in, knocked it out of bounds. Grant looks at the referees as if to say, there's no foul there. Well, Parks has been immense. Well, it would have been close. 2:51 to go, just 2 seconds on the shot clock. And the ball turned over. Olasavicius, I think the pass was intended for Delinikaitis. Now Promitheas can take the lead. Neptunas now with 20 turnovers. Gikas. And great box out by Jere Grant. Here's Olasavicius. Well, he's going to be open. He's going to take it. Now Gikas has it. Lipovi. And again, Grant comes up with a steal, gets it to Olasavicius. Another break for him. This time, he puts it up and in. I tell you, you have got to applaud the determination of Olasavicius He's had it rough here on a few possessions, but he has continued to play, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to bounce back. Rion Brown denied from behind, but fouled by Weaver with 1:45 remaining. What a contest. Weaver looking like got a ball ref. Second foul, Weaver. But remember, there's 20 turnovers. How costly are those going to be tonight for Neptunas? Rion Brown, even on a quiet night, he gets the double digits. Promitheas 11 points off of those 20 turnovers that have been committed by Neptunas. 1 point lead after Rion Brown makes both. And now Weaver turns it over again. Geekas pulls up on the break, a three! Promitheas have gone ahead by 2. The execution has not been there for Neptunas late. And a lot of that is down to Promitheas. Delanakaitis takes the bump from Katsivelis. What's that wafting through your nostrils? The smell of overtime, perhaps. Unbelievable. Good call by the ref with the hand check. Well, Katsivelis reaches up. It's Delanakaitis, who's made all of his free throws tonight. Not wanting to give the commentators curse, but he's been tough. He's now 7 of 7 at the free throw line. And as a team, this Neptunas team is 17 of 20, 85%. So even though they've had the turnovers, they've done a good job at the line. Now 18 of 21. 85.71%. Tie game, crunch time here in Klaipeda. Rion Brown has it. He's been pretty quiet tonight, but there's no time like the present for him. He puts it up at the stripe, and he is fouled by Jure Grant. Jure Grant has had a monster game tonight, but now he's got 4 fouls to go with his 16 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, and Rion Brown has put Promitheas back on top. Only makes 1 of 2, however, and Olasavicius with the rebound, but he throws it away, and Brown is there to intercept it and dunk it. And I hate to say it, folks, but Olasavicius tonight has not made a few plays. And the turnovers overall for this Neptunas team have been costly, to put it mildly. Williams over to Weaver. Weaver for 3. Olasavicius battling down low. And the foul called on Salustros. And the words, "Come on, ref," can be seen from Salustros. Olasavicius been a relatively tough night for him, and now he misses a free throw. Olasavicius tonight, 8 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, but 4 turnovers. And of those 4 misses, a huge miss on that break And now 2 misses at the free throw line, and it's a 3-point game. This is when you hope your teammates can pick you up. And Promitheas, without a doubt, if they don't score here, they will foul. They will not allow Neptunas to attempt a game-tying 3. But they're going to take a 3. And Olasavicius with the rebound gives it to Weaver. Final 17, they're going to take the quick 2. And Kisielius goes up, and that is almost, folks, an unsportsmanlike. I think that's what Neptunas were appealing for. Look at this. But he's playing. No, that is just an awesome play by Rion Brown. Awesome block. There was nothing unsportsmanlike about that. He's almost unfortunate to get the foul called. Terrific play by Rion Brown. Well, with 13.1 seconds, a lot of basketball to be played. And Kisielius misses. Was just singing the praises of their free throw shooting, and now they've missed 3 in a row. And he makes 1 of 2. And Neptunas fans right now know their team is up against it. Promitheas, 13.1 seconds to go. Will they ice it? Got a feeling that this game will be decided at the free throw line. They're going to have to identify the weak link in that Promitheas team who they want to foul, but they may not even get a chance to foul them. And you also have to be careful that you don't commit the unsportsmanlike. And 3s for Promitheas. 6 for Neptunas. Well, there's no doubt, folks, as you look at the rebounding numbers, I mean, Neptunas can have no complaints tonight. They had the 6-point lead midway through the quarter, even past the midway point, and the fast break with Olasavicius to go up by 8, but he missed the shot. And since that point, Promitheas have been battling back. They struck quick with a 3, then they got a beautiful fast break, and they have been the team that has been able to execute down the stretch, whereas Neptunas have not. And don't forget, Neptunas tonight have turned it over 21 times. And poor Olasavicius has 4 of those turnovers. 3 apiece for Grant, Kisielius, Weaver, and Williams, as well as Galdicus. And from a turnover standpoint, just 14 for Promitheas. There's Weaver, and they foul Rion Brown. So with 11.9 seconds to go, Rion Brown can make what you would normally call a two possession game if he can make both free throws. I say normally because these days you never know what's going to happen. Might get a 4-point play at the other end. Crazy things happen in the Basketball Champions League, folks. Don't go away. You might just want to think about settling in your nicest armchair and watch the final 11.9 seconds. And Rion Brown, again, quiet for most of the game, now has 14 points in that utterly sensational block at the other end that perhaps was unlucky to get the foul called. Now it's a 4-point lead. Coach is saying no fouls, guys, no fouls. Here's Weaver. He hands it off to Grant, and Grant puts it up a quick 2, but they got to get another foul. And they do. They foul Kaselakis. And Delanakaitis says, that's it, guys. That's the guy we wanted. So Kaselakis goes to the line, shooting just 55.6% on the season coming into tonight. 10 of 21, 5 of 9 rather, before tonight, and makes the first one. That's called ice running in his veins. His first attempt of the night, with the game on the line, he goes to the line and makes it. Now it's a 3-point game. If he misses, surely they will foul. But he doesn't miss, does he? Because he's Mr. Clutch. That's why they call him Clutch Kasilakis. CK. Neptunas called timeout here. Well, again, folks, don't slam the door shut on this one yet. The book has not been finished. Still got just over 6 seconds remaining. Boy, that stat there is brutal. 22 turnovers for Neptunas. And the fans know it. 22 turnovers. And also, as you look at the field goal percentages and the three-point shooting, the free throws were crucially made by Neptunas for pretty much the entire game, only to miss some crucial ones late. And those fans thinking what might have been. Now, the only thing you would say about Promitheas here is you absolutely do not foul. You don't put yourself into a position where you're going to foul a three-point shooter. If you do, I mean, you give up the three-point shot. Because we've seen in the Basketball Champions League, I'll never forget Orlik. I think he was playing for Venezia, fouled a three-point shooter. Anyway, here we go. Williams puts it up for three, banks it in! And that gets it back to a one-point game. There's life. Where there's hope, there's life, folks. Watch this. He uncorks it. Bam! And that's exactly right. 1.7 seconds remaining. Bank is open. Yes, folks, this is Lithuania. These are banking hours. That was not the bankomat. Look at Rion Brown laughing. He thought that was funny. Coach trying to get Salustros his attention when he didn't react. Salustros, he shouted at him. You see the rebounding numbers again. So, well, again, they kind of need a minor miracle here. I'm not sure what they're going to do. They go for the steal, and if they don't get the steal, they don't foul. Because don't forget also goal differential and point differential. I can't see them committing a foul. It's also they advanced the ball after the made shot, and they called the timeout. Well, maybe they will commit the foul, actually. And Grant, 1 second has gone off the clock. Oh, I think they're going to look at it. Oh, that is close. That was a lot closer than I realized, but I still think it went off Jure Grant. Look at that kid with the coat on. You might want to take that coat off and then put it on when it goes outside. It's not going to make much of an impact. Look at this. Grant reaches around. Ooh, I think that's going to be Promitheas ball. You look at it from that angle, you can't tell. I don't know. I don't know that there's enough. I haven't seen a conclusive video to suggest that the referees got it wrong. Don't forget, folks, it was about, I think it was midway through the fourth quarter. Let's see that. If they get the ball to Neptunas, they've got a sliver of hope. From there, you can't tell. But the other angle, yeah, they're going to keep it down at this end. Don't forget, Neptunas had that sequence where the game was tied, and then they called an unsportsmanlike on Mayer, and then they called a technical on Promitheas, and Neptunas went up by 5. Well, here it is, and that is how it's going to finish. So huge win tonight for Promitheas, coming on the road, winning at Neptunas. And you just have to tip your hat to them, folks. The team from Greece came out. They stayed focused. They never lost self-belief. They win it 83-82 over Neptunas Klaipeda. Max Vitas venting a little bit at the refs. I think that they'll just take it. Ryan Brown talking to Weaver, and those guys know each other. I mean, the good thing for Neptunas is this game doesn't necessarily define their season, but it does complicate things for them because A, they've lost a game on their home court, and they've lost to a team that was one game in front of them in the standings. But it's a brutal, brutal result when you lose by 1 because you know there's so many areas where you could have actually made one play, and that would have been all the difference. And that was definitely the case tonight. So Promitheas, 19 of 48 inside the arc. You saw how they did from three-point range, 42-36, rebounding, won by Neptunas. The turnovers, boy, those are killers. 22 turnovers for Neptunas. And Leonikaitis had the 23 points. Grant had the 16 rebounds, 5 assists for Neptunas. Salustros, the 4 steals. What about that huge three-pointer that was made by Gikas on the break? And I guess those are, saw Grant's kids over there. Well, you know what? You can't win them all, folks. And you can't even win them all at home. You know, you got to fight through the adversity. Here's some of the highlights. As Neptunas lose this game, but that was a crucial play there, and it looked like they're about to fall apart with Katsivelis getting the steal and the break. Parks, how big was he tonight? He was tremendous. Here he is again, the two-handed jammeroo. Leonikaitis was just fantastic. He really was. But also Kasilakis hitting the 3. Mayer, boy, could he fill it up. This is a good Promitheas team. Leonikaitis kept pouring him in, keeping his team close. Weaver took the shot to the nose. And he came back strong. And Promitheas just kept hitting big shots after big shots. Mayer there hitting the 3. I mean, the good news for Neptunas as well is it's, you know, they came into this with a 2-game lead over 4 teams chasing them tonight. Midi Bayreuth, Petro Olympia, Besiktas, and Ostend. Now at that point there, this is what gave them a 5-point lead, Neptunas. And it looked like it might just turn out to be their night. But this Promitheas team just doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. You saw Gikas scoring with that runner there with the 3-pointer. Olasavicius chasing down again. I think that was to tie it. And then Rion Brown with the steal and the dunk, and Ola Savicius. You know, it's a cardinal sin. You don't, under no circumstances do you throw the ball under your own basket. And that's what he did. And of course, that is it. Lorenzo Williams' late shot. And the party is on for this Promitheas team. They're going to have a fun trip back to Greece. So those are the standings. You see Promitheas have gone top, although Segafredo Virtus Bologna can leapfrog them back into first place if they win their game this week. And Neptunas now have fallen to 3-3. They do still have a couple of games on those 4 teams in the lower half of the standings, but of course that lead will be cut tonight. So 1-point win for Promitheas on the road at Neptunas Klaipeda tonight.